Hi, this is Shannah. Welcome to my channel. Today's reading is what they like about you. In order to find this out, we have here three possibilities in front of us. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So think of the person you want to know about. You want to know how they see you, what they like about you. And I will see you in the next couple of moments. You can pause the video if you like. And like I said, I'll see you in the next couple of moments. So if you chose pile number 1, this is your reading here with this beautiful shell. Put it here so you know this is your reading. Put this here more to the side so you'll have more space. There you go. So pile number 1. What did they like about you? Now, first of all, we have here the card Best Friends, number 28. It's in Portuguese, so os melhores amigos, but in English it's the best friends. So they see you as a best friend. Even if you are in a relationship with this person, they see you as a best friend. And actually, that's the best thing ever that can happen to you. It's like they appreciating the friendship. They acknowledging this is a sound and healthy basis for the connection, and they completely trust you, and they feel at home with you. They feel at ease. They feel they can be themselves around you. And that's just amazing. And then we have a mãe de invenção, the mother of invention. So that's an English expression. It's not a Portuguese expression, so it's been translated from English. So the mother of invention, meaning you're a really creative person. They love that about you. You're like their best friend, and you're a very creative person. You can find solutions to anything. It's like you are not paralyzed by fear. You're not paralyzed by doubt. And if you are, just a couple of seconds, but your brain starts working and finding solutions and coming up with ideas. So they see you as being very intelligent, very creative, very clever, and always finding the best solutions to any problem that may arise. And there's something that they really love about you, and you really like shine a light. There you go. You shine a light in their darkness. So every time they find they're stuck, or there's nothing going on for them, you always bring the best in them, or you help them see the silver lining. That's it. You help them see the silver lining. You help them find hope where there is none. And then we have here number 8, a life well lived. Uma vida bem vivida. Yeah, and you're someone like, you enjoy life to the fullest. You try to make the best out of everything. This is something they really love about you. It's really, they love being around you because they have fun with you. They have quality time with you. And you seem to be so comfortable in your own skin. You seem to be so comfortable with life. It's like you find joy in every moment. Of course, there are always troubling times. There are always things that make life difficult. But to be with you is to discover joy, is to discover the fun in life. And that's like a miracle. They find really like you are a miracle in their lives. And they feel loved, like I said, they feel appreciated. Just trying to find here some space because I think I have too many cards for the space available here. And and you're someone who's lived a lot. You're someone that really made the best out of your life, or you're making the best out of your life. You know, you're very creative, and you have this lust for life. You want to be in the moment. You want to enjoy what life has to give. Yeah, and that makes you very optimistic. And this is this card now in German. So deine Zuversicht, it's like your optimism, you believing that things will be fine, you knowing that, you know, at the end of the day, there's nothing to fear. At the end of the day, things will be for the best for everyone. And then that means that to them, you have this healing power. You have this healing power. You are a balm to their soul, and you make them feel rejuvenated. You make them feel rested. I really get this feeling of feeling safe, feeling loved, and I think this person really looks up to you. And every time they feel lost, they come to you, and not in a way where they like draining you or just using you. No, it's really like it's a bond. It's a joyous bond, and they just feel a lot better when they're around you. When they're around you, life doesn't hurt as much anymore, or problems don't seem to be as scary anymore, because they know, like, together you can find solutions, together you can have wonderful conversations. You really touch this person's soul on a deeper level. Then we have Lakshmi, prosperity. And this is really interesting because Lakshmi here appears with Vishnu, you know, and they're really like a power couple in the Indian or Hinduistic pantheon. I hopefully said that correctly. And Lakshmi stands for prosperity, for riches as well. These riches are not just money. Of course, it also has the physical dimension of money, but it's riches also of the soul, of the spirit, of the emotional intelligence. And it's something that here again, two people, it's something like you're the best friends. You're kind of inseparable. It's impossible to think of one without the other. And it's like together you bring luck to one another. You bring luck to this person. There is this French film with Vanessa Paradis. Vanessa Paradis, for some that may not know, was the wife of Johnny Depp. And she had this film when she was a lot younger, of course. I forgot to name The Girl on the Bridge. It's called The Girl on the Bridge. If you get to see the film, you know, watch it. Watch that film. It's a beautiful, fantastic film. And it's this kind of odd couple in the film. They just like when they're together, they're just incredibly lucky. It's like the most amazing things happen. It's an interesting film. And that's the vibe that I'm getting here. It's like when you're together, it's like the most improbable things suddenly happen, are possible, and are natural. And I find this here. And it could be also that you're asking about a business partner or something to do with business. Yes, and it's like this person really feels that you make them prosperous, that you do work well together, and that things just work out beautifully. And again, we have here Bridget and healing. Again, this maybe you're both doctors or nurses or something like that, or some kind of health practitioners. But thing is, you really help this person. This person feels healed. This person, and it's like also the relationship where you heal one another. Ah, this is interesting. That's why always the couple. Okay, now I get it. Because the thing is, this healing goes both ways. And it's also something beautiful. It's like when you try to help someone and the other person is open to your help. The other person really listens to you, really allows you to touch their soul, to touch their heart. And I think something here, again, that goes both ways. You know, you heal each other. you open your souls to one another. And this is a beautiful bond that we have here. And this person that you're asking about really sees it and really appreciates it and feels very blessed to be in your presence. And then we have Hecate, illumination. Hecate is the goddess of all witches. And oh, it's funny, it's illumination, and we have here this clear. But I'll show it to you in more detail. There's Hecate. Yeah. Hecate is the one that illuminates the way or the path through Hades, right? Or through the reign of Hades, to the kingdom. Yeah, to the kingdom of Hades. And she has the keys of Hades as well. Now, she is like your guide through Hades. Maybe you're both guides, maybe you're both, or one of you, some kind of guide as well. Could be even like a counselor, an emotional, psychological guide. There's a lot of healing here. And this person sees you as a light in the dark, sees you as the person. Again, you're the person they run to when they need that light, when they need that silver light lining, when they need that hope. You are able to heal their soul. And I think, like I said earlier, really have the feeling that this goes both ways. Okay. And this is a beautiful bond. This is a beautiful connection. This person really knows what they have in their lives, and they know what is this blessing, what is being given and what's being offered to them. So what this person loves about you, it's actually everything. It's your genius, it's your optimism, it's your beautiful soul, your healing qualities, you make life seem easy. You make earning money seem easy. You make traveling the world seem easy. It's like you have this ability, according to them, the way they see you, you have this ability of kind of floating through life. No matter what life throws at you, you make magic out of it. And this person through you is able to see that everything is possible. So this person gets a lot of inspiration and a lot of courage from you. So pile number 1, this was your reading. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. So you chose this wonderful shell. We'll put it over here. There you go. So what does the person you're thinking about and asking about love about you? What does this person love about you? So first card we have here, sorry, it was this one, is inner child. So what this person loves about you, one of the first things is your contact, your connection to your inner child. You're like one of these lucky souls that hasn't lost connection to your inner child. That doesn't mean that you haven't gone through traumatic experiences or a difficult childhood, nothing like that. It's just no matter what happened in life, you never gave up that connection. It's like you can be an adult and a child at the same time. You can have fun with the simplest things. You can find wonder in many things around you, with nature, what people do, art, creativity. And you're also probably someone who's very creative. So you're probably someone who loves to dance. You're probably someone who loves to draw, just for the fun of it, to paint, to draw, to dance, to sing, just for the fun of it. And probably you even do it beautifully, but it's just like for the fun of it, because it's fun, because it makes your heart sing. And you can be a bit mischievous, like children sometimes are, but in a very innocent way. So you're not trying to be cocky about it. You're not trying, to be, strangely seductive about it. No, it's just the way you are. And I'm saying this because I've seen some people that use that, um, try to use that childish innocence in order to be seductive, which is a bit disturbing. That's why I'm saying that. Not judging, not judging, but it's like, it's not what I mean here. What I mean here is you being really, like, sometimes incredibly carefree. Sometimes it's like you don't care about responsibilities, or so it comes across. It doesn't mean that you're not a responsible adult, but you have both sides of you very active, and this is fascinating for this person. This person loves that, and it's like you're teaching through your presence, through the way you are. You're teaching this person to be playful again. You're teaching this person to be lighthearted again. You're kind of reminding this person of what it is to be childlike, of what it is to feel wonder, to feel joy, just for the sake of feeling joy, just. And it doesn't mean that it's just positive feelings, because children, as if you have experience with children can be very joyous, but they can be very sad as well, and very grumpy as well. But it's all the spur of the moment. It does. They don't hold grudges, not for very long at least. So it's the same with you. You can be really mad about something or someone, and you can, like, curse away, um, but uh, but it's just like for a minute, and then you're okay. Then you're doing something else more fun. But you will live each moment very intensively. That's what I'm trying to say here. Yes, and this is something, like I said, fascinates the person that you're asking about. Then we have write your own story. So again, you're very, very creative. Like we start talking now about writing. Maybe you're someone who writes. Maybe you're someone who loves, to write poems or short stories or long stories. Maybe you're writing a novel. But you're someone that, for you, is the word, the language is very important. Not just the written word per se. Of course, that's also very important. Especially, okay, I'm getting this, especially for some of you, the written word has gained a lot more importance, especially in, like, nowadays, where just text messaging and really quickly, and really simple basic language. And you want to keep that alive, not the simple language, which is useful, but you want to keep the more erudite language, the more intellectual language, the more abstract language. You want to keep that alive. The beautiful words that exist, and words that create worlds. So the more simplistic the language is, the fewer worlds we create. So it's very basic, and the more intricate and complicated and more abstract the language, the more worlds yeah we can create. So it's all interwoven, right? And you love to create worlds, you love stories. Again, the inner child and the the ability of writing stories, of creating stories. So you love stories, you love creating realities and worlds. But the other side of this card is also writing your own story. It's living by your own terms. You're very independent, you're incredibly independent, and you want to live life the way you want to. Now, if you're European, I don't know if in other parts of the world you watch that series. The series, I think, of the 70s, and it's called Pipi Langstrumpf in German. Um, and in Portuguese, it's called Pipi das Meias Altas. In other languages, I don't know how it's called, not even in English. But um, okay, in English, if translated by word, it would be Pipi pee long stockings. I don't know, it sounds weird. But and that's like a girl, you know, she was a little girl, and she lived life the way she wanted. She ate what she wanted. She had thousands of adventures. Her father was a pirate, so she created a whole reality for herself, maybe as a form of escapism. I don't know, but it really like inspired a whole generation of children. And the thing is, this is what you do. This is the kind of that kind of spirit you have, independent, creative. You know, you have your own bubble, but it's a very positive bubble, and it's a very inclusive bubble, a welcoming bubble. You welcome everyone to your bubble, you know. You welcome people to take part in your world, to see the universes you created, and you share your stories, you share your vision, you share your joy. And this is something that this person really loves. He's like a person who is strong, creative, independent, and still very well connected to the inner child. Now, then we have here, let's see if we can put them all together. We have here die Zauberin, and this means the sorceress. So you also very linked to magic. Oh, this is what this person sees. This person sees you very linked to magic. Maybe you are a witch of some kind, or maybe you're just very magical the way you appear. You may have, you know, have a very mysterious charisma. Maybe you're someone who's really interested in spirituality, in earth magic, in sacred geometry. You know, maybe you're someone who studies all these things. Maybe you're into meditation more. You know, maybe you can be a Buddhist, a Hinduist, whatever it is. That this person is fascinated by it because you seem to embody all of these values. You seem to embody this connection to earth, this connection to, it's very feminine. What I'm getting this, so I think most of my viewers are females. And I'm putting a gender into it. I'm sorry, there are people that are different genders, but I'm just putting less more like of the female energy, put it that this way. um, but because I see here this independent, strong female energy. And it's an energy you can depend on. It's an energy who's very nurturing. It's an energy who includes everyone in their healthiest state, of course, and in its healthiest state. But it's an energy who's strong. You can really depend on this kind of personality, and this person really admires that. This person loves that about you. You're just strong. You can be as innocent as a child, but you are strong. You know, you are strong, you're creative, you're independent, right? And then we have here number 10, Danu, assurance. So it's like you make this person feel safe. You make this person feel important. You make this person feel like they matter. And this person that you're thinking about, maybe this is a person who has a lot of self-doubts or has some negativity going on with them, you know, a negative self-image or negative expectations of life. But there you are, you're bringing so much light, you know, bringing so much light and so much magic and so much love in a very unconventional way. I think you are very unconventional. You are not something plain. You're not plain. You're not mainstream. You're someone who's really like different from anything this person has met before. And it could be that you're a mix of many different people they've met before, like all these people in one. But it's like for them, this is magical, you know. And maybe again, see, like she looks like she's seeing into the future, you know. Again, there's something here. Maybe you're a tarot reader, maybe you are like alternative kind of spirituality follower. Yeah, but they see you as you being strong and trustworthy, and you make them feel at ease. They make them feel safe. They really feel safe around you, and they love that. And I think you also help heal their inner child. It's like you kind of coax their inner child to come out and play with you, you know, and they can create worlds together. You know, maybe you're an artist, but I already had this earlier. Maybe this person also is an artist. Is something here where you can play together. This is what I'm getting here. And then we have Aphrodite, self-love. Put this up here. There you go. Self-love. And with Aphrodite, as you know, for Aphrodite is the goddess of love. And of course, love, sometimes it's easier to love others than to love ourselves. Or we find a way to love ourselves by loving others, or we love others in the hope that others teach us to love ourselves, if this makes sense to you. But here's like you have a sense of self-love. And I think this is also what you teach them as well, to love themselves. And it's like what I'm getting here is the vibe is that this self-love is something you're discovering, and they're discovering as well through you, you know, because again, you make them feel at home. You make them feel like they matter, like they are special. And that kind of love, that kind of appreciation kind of resonates with their heart, and when they start developing that kind of self-love, there's a lot of healing taking place here. Even if there's no word of healing here, this is what the vibe I'm getting. And it can go both ways, you know, be reciprocal. And it's something that it's very strong, it's very powerful. And for some of you, now I'm getting singing as well. Singing here, I mentioned it earlier, but singing here is also very powerful. It's a way of self-love too, this vibration through your body. That is interesting. Speaking of which, oh, there you go. The muses. Then we have inspiration. Like I said, you are an inspiration to this person. Again, this being artistic, you know, and of course, Aphrodite, she's the goddess of the arts as well. Now, this person sees you as an artist, sees as being very, very talented, sees you as having different talents. You really inspire this person. This person may also be an artist. So you inspire this person to make art again, or you inspire them out of being stuck. You inspire them of reaching something higher, of continuing, of going beyond what they've done before. You really inspire this person. You are something magical in their lives. I say something because not because you're less than someone, of course not, but something, so because I cannot describe it. You're an aura that surrounds this person, you know. Even if you're not with the person, this person feels surrounded by you. It's like not intoxicated, but it's by you, but it's like your aura stays with them. You know, your charisma stays with them, and surrounds them. It's like a blanket, and they feel inspired, they feel assured, they feel loved, they feel seen, and it's like they know that you know that they know. And then we have yesterday, new beginnings. So this person you're asking about, it could be someone new in your life or something recent, like a connection that is recent or a friendship, whatever it is. But with the new beginnings, it's also has to do with you, something they admire, because you may be beginning something new in your life, and you're someone, again, you're not afraid of starting over. You're not afraid of life. You're not afraid of changing direction, of changing path. It's like you go your path, you do your thing until you notice it's not working for you anymore. And if it's not working for you anymore, you change direction, because you follow your inspiration, you follow your inner compass, you follow your inner wisdom. You know what's best for you. And that's what you're going to do, because you act out of self-love, not of obligation. And this person sees that in you and feels so inspired. It's, again, you're a magical potion in this person's life, yeah. And this person just loves being surrounded by you. And this person probably draws you, even, for some of you, this person loves to draw you, or loves to write poems about you or to you. So this person, you touch a deep chord in this person's heart. Yeah, it's beautiful. So pile number 2, this was your reading. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. So let's just put some incense going on here. There you go. The other one has already burned down. So we'll replace it here. There you go. Now, what does the person you're thinking about love about you? So we're changing here these shells, so this is your reading. There you go. It was this beautiful shell. There you go. So let's see what cards we have for you. Pile number 3. Now, the first card we have here is Moment of Joy. And this is number 32. There you go. So, pile number 3, for this person, you are a bundle of joy. You are the sunshine. You bring light into their lives, and you're someone who makes them laugh, who makes them smile. This person smiles when they think about you, and you bring, like, you're fresh air into their lives. You're spontaneous, you're funny and witty and intelligent, and and you're creative and unexpected. You're very unexpected. You're very unpredictable, but in a positive way. It's sometimes a bit impulsive, but it's in a positive way. If you want to start dancing even without music and for no reason, you do it because you're following that inner impulse. And you bring this person to smile, even to dance. Maybe this person you're asking about is not really a dancer, right? But suddenly you just grab them and dance with them, and suddenly they're dancing with you, even if awkwardly. But it's really, really funny, and it's really beautiful, and it's a really sweet moment. And it's for this person being with you, it's really a collection of sweet memories with you, with fun memories with you, like, when people think like happiness is a state you reach and then it's always happiness, it's like a happily ever after kind of illusion. Well, it's not how life works, as you probably have noticed. But how I see it personally, it's like, you know, uh, it's it's not a line, it's not a level you reach, but it's like a necklace you wear, you see, and this and each pearl of the necklace, it's a happy moment, and you collect those pearls. Some people have really long necklaces, and others have a bit shorter necklaces, but it's always a process in the making, and you're collecting your pearls of happiness and joy. And for this person, you are many of these pearls. So they have an extra necklace with your name on it and lots of pearls, because you bring these beautiful moments, these beautiful nuances. You bring joy, you bring laughter, you bring color into their lives, and you bring beauty into their lives. And this is something just amazing. And this person loves you for that. It's not like they're depending on you to have fun, but it's beautiful. When they are with you, it's just beautiful. They they catch themselves laughing at things they would never laugh at or about. It's just like, and it's this novelty, being this is being unexpected that really thrills them. You're just a very, very fun person to be around, and beautiful, fun person, not just fun. And then we have here the number 4, and this is maturing. So for some of you who chose this pile, you know, so you may be older than 20. Some of you may also be older than 30, okay? And so on and so forth. And maybe, this person really admires you for your maturity. And sometimes I know, like, maturity doesn't have to do with age. Sometimes we find people in their 20s a lot more mature than people in their 60s. But that's not always the case, of course. But it's like maturity is about learning from your experiences, is self-reflection, is is working with life constantly, and working with yourself, and self-acknowledgement, know thyself. And this is something that you do, and this person sees that, and this person sees that you have a self-knowledge that goes beyond what they would expect someone to have, anyone to have, and that you could be a teacher, you could be a guru, you could be an advisor, so they feel they can learn a lot from you. But what is interesting is like sometimes we connect like maturing with becoming serious, with becoming, full of responsibility, and the weight of the world on our shoulders. But you bring exactly the opposite. You bring like light, the sense like life. Yes, there are things that we struggle with. Yes, there are things that hurt us, but you bring fun. It's like, just because we're older, or just because we're mature, or just because we went through a lot of hard stuff, doesn't mean we have to become bitter, because you're exactly the opposite of it. You're fun. You're fun, but you're compassionate at the same time, because you're hurt. So you can see other people and kind of get what they're going through. We'll never know 100% what other people are going through, because everyone is different, but we can try and put ourselves in their shoes. And that's something that you do, you see. And you have this beautiful door here in this card. It's like you have all these things around you, all these things that kind of make you think and reflect, but you can always find a positive way out of whatever you may find yourself stuck in. And this is something that they love as well. You're not allow yourself to be overwhelmed by gloom and bitterness and darkness. You can work through it and always find your way to the light, because you are light. You are made of light, you know. And it's really beautiful because we have this really game of dark, you know, of shadow and light, and you are both. You know, you're not afraid of the shadow, and you shine the brightest light. And this is what they see in you, and they just love it. You know, they really admire you for it, and you inspire them too. And then we have this card, Deine Zuverlässigkeit. This means then your real reliability. So you're someone people can rely on. Your word is gold. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. If you're saying you're going to be there, you are. And you're a good friend as well. So this person knows they can count on you, you know, and they can trust you blind, you know, they can trust you completely. And again, because she has her eyes closed, it's also this thing of looking inwardly and seeing what is inside. And with this word of know thyself, you kind of start know the others too. And oh, I see as well. This is nice, because what I'm getting is because you have different facets within you. Like we see here, we have light and dark, if we put it, you know, that way. You still would like to be loved for everything that you are, you know, for your light and for your darkness. You know, you don't want to be or to feel forced to hide a part of you just that people like you, because, you know, you would feel a bit crippled. You feel like there's only a part of you that is acceptable. And because you feel that way, then you make a point out of it of loving the others for everything that they are, which is not always easy. But you always find a way of seeing the best in everyone, of understanding their darkness. And this is what makes you so reliable. And this is like, because you look within, so you can act without, in the sense of, because you know your darkness, you know, and you've understood, or you're understanding the way of loving and embracing that darkness. Then it's like you want to embrace and love the darkness of others, you know, and that's very inspiring, because you're helping them to accept themselves for who they are, because you love yourself for who you are. Wow, this is really strong. Wow, wow, of course. And then we have the Morrigan, depth and magic. And there we have again light and darkness. They're both really important. So they see you and they love that about you. As again, like we had something like this, a bit similar in another pile. I don't recall which one now, but it's like they see you as a sorcerer. They see you as a witch in the positive sense, someone who's really powerful. Again, someone who's not afraid of their dark side, someone who's not afraid to dive in difficult situations. So you're someone that really, if this person you're asking about is having a problem, you know, especially if it's something more emotional or psychological, you're not afraid of sitting with them and diving in order to take them out, in order to bring them back to life. So you're not afraid of diving in their darkest secrets or problems or moods or whatever. You're not afraid of that, because you know you have to dive in order to bring them out. Okay, so you're not afraid of it. You actually a very positive person, and you can bring light even in the darkest situations. Now with Morrigan, Morrigan is also a master witch, or Morgaine or Morrigan, different ways of calling her. And of course, if you know the legend of Arthur, if you don't, then read it. There's also the how's it called in English? The Mist of Avalon. I think that's a series of 3 books. Beautiful. If you get to read those books, if you get the chance to read it, it's really amazing. And I'm most reminded of that book. And it's like, and also because this kind, it's also in those books. It's like magic requires sacrifice, and you're very reliable, and you can sacrifice yourself for others. You can put the needs of others first. This is a bit tricky, so it's better if like see where the boundaries are. But you could do anything for others. Again, you see here we have this card here, Kuan Yin, compassion. You're a very compassionate, understanding person, of course, because you know yourself and you love that compassion, that other people are compassionate with your weaknesses or with your not so great moments. And so you have that compassion for others as well, that love for humanity. That's something that is describes you. You have a really big heart for humanity, love for humanity, for the human nature. You know that it's always 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 sides to every story, and you're very curious about it as well, because you want to learn how people tick. You want to learn what makes them do what they do, and once you understand, there is no blame. There's just understanding and love and compassion. Then we have Hathor, contentment. There you go. And Hathor, this is like a mother goddess. And there's something about you. This is like you have a mother energy as well. Again, because there's something about you that's the rescuer. You see, you rescue, or this person feels rescued by you. And there's like this mother or father energy, parent energy, that's very loving, nurturing. And this person feels they can grow, they can be themselves, they can allow themselves to expand their horizons, because you are there to understand. You can understand where they're coming from. You can understand where they're heading to. And there's no judgment on your part. That's it. There's no judgment on your part. There's compassion. There's this nurturing. And you're someone who's like, you have so much joy within you, that you don't need much to be happy. And there's this contentment as well. So you don't need much to be happy. You just are in the moment. You find joy in everything. If you focus on it, on joy, you can find it on anything. So, and everything, of course. So you're someone who's actually happy. Your underlying nature is joyful. It's joy, it's happy, it's cheerful, yeah, it's really beautiful energy here. And then we have Isis, protection. And this is a sign that not only you're very protected, and again, this is a mother goddess, this is the mother goddess, yeah. So you're very, very protected. So, and it's all the female energies, right? Kuan Yin, if you didn't know, I'll tell you, Kuan Yin was not a female goddess. It was actually a male monk that reached divinity. But in the pantheon, they had too many males, so they decided to turn him to a female. That's the way it goes sometimes. But it's a beautiful energy nevertheless, because the energy of this monk was very, very, let's put it, soft, a very soft energy. So by turning him into a female concept, there was no wrong in doing that. I'm not the judge of it. I don't know, but I found it very, very curious and very interesting. But I still call it a goddess or a divinity, a female divinity. It's a beautiful energy. So that's what we have here. It's a very female energy, very mother goddess energy. This person feels protected by you, feels understood by you, feels loved by you, feels nurtured by you. So it's like their soul, their heart can heal. Their soul feels understood. And they're very attracted to you. You know, there's something about you, this light and dark and mysterious and a bit dangerous as well. It's like they find you a bit dangerous. And all at the same time. So you have here many, many different layers. And because of this, so they're very attracted to you, to your energy, and they want more of it. And Isis, of course, being the mother goddess, she is also connected to magic, very strongly connected to magic, very strongly connected to death and rebirth, you know, because of the story of Isis and Osiris. If you don't know the story, please go and check it out. It's very, very important. And Hathor has to do with femininity. It also has to do with the female genitalia and organs. So she was the protector of pregnancies, protector of the female sexuality and female health. Very important goddess for females, for all women. And so there's a lot of protectedness and a lot of something here also to do with sexuality, but it's like saying it's protected. It's also like with sexual health here, that it's being protected, that it's being healed as well. Yeah, we have here sexual healing. And it can be that, you know, you have this kind of connection to this person, like a more physical connection, and then you bring that kind of healing, and maybe you bring this healing to one another. But it could be, if you don't have the physical connection, it's just by you understanding this person, by taking this person as they are, that they feel also healed on that level. They can accept themselves, they can start loving themselves on that level, or they can accept that they can be desirable, they can be attractive, that they are lovable on that level as well. So this person loves all of this about you, your joy, your darkness, your being at somewhat dangerous. But they love your compassion and your understanding of their human soul. And this was your reading. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you.